Hey guys, James Mason here. Today I'm going to give you the tool review on this new 18 volt multi-tool by AEG. What you'll see inside this box is the tool itself, what it comes with, and then I'll also talk about some of the other attachments you can actually get. So one of them that I do have, that I'll be trying out, is the 90-degree impact driver head. So on the drill itself, or on the actual tool itself, you can actually take the end off and then snap on this. So as it comes with it, it's got the multi-tool, which is basically just like a little saw for oscillating to be able to cut into tight spots and things like that. But it's got a wide range of these attachments that you can put onto it. So I think you can actually get it with a right-angled drill driver. So for drill bits, you can drill in tight spaces. You can use a ratchet, 90-degree ratchet as well. There's also a reciproco saw bit and I think you actually get it with a jigsaw head. So, you know, 5 or 6 different types of fittings you can actually attach to this, this tool. So let's unbox it, see what it looks like, and then in the video you'll see me using it for a couple of various different tasks around the place, and I'll give you a bit of a review of how I think it's performed. Case, I like it. It's so good when you actually get tools that come in a case and not just a box, because we all know when you put them in the back of your toolbox, they just get beat up and thrown around. Very cool. So, one charger, one skin for the tool, instructions. Okay, so in here we've got the various blades, tabs, sanding discs, and these are our 2 amp hour batteries, 2 of those that come in the actual kit. And then this is the multi-tool head, so that's what we'll use to put the saw blade on. And the way this works is basically there's the skin, there's the attachment, and just clicks in, as simple as that. Take our battery, slide it in the end, and there's the completed tool. So let's put a blade on and then we'll test it out. Okay, so this is basically everything you get in the kit. You've got the charger, you've got the spare 2 amp hour battery, you've got a little saw, you've got a pad for sanding, you've got a couple of different coarse grades of sandpaper, and another saw blade there that goes in the multi-tool. And you've got the attachable head, you've got a little spacer here that goes on some of these fittings, and a spare little attachment that goes in the end. Must be if the other one wears out. So putting this together, basically it's just as simple as clipping it in, and that's done. Now, the way we use this head is on this attachment here, there's a little slip at the end. You basically just pull that out, like so, and then flip that back. And then what that does, when that's locked into place, you'll see here that that pops the end of this little multi-tool piece out. And then that allows you to get your little saw blade, pop that over, put that into position, take that down, slide that back into position, and then that's ready to go. So you'll see in the end there that. Alright, so then to change that, same thing, just pull that out, flip that back, that stays there by itself. Take that off, and then we might put on the sanding pad. Slide that over. That's a really nifty little attachment on the end there, that's quite good. Then we can put on a little bit of sandpaper. So that's good for getting into tight spots and stuff like that. And now what I'm going to do is show you how to put the other one on. So take this off, just hold those 2 pieces in the side there, that pulls out, and then this is my impact driver bit. Same thing, just basically push that on, and it's into position. So now what I can do is put a drill bit in that, which I'll show you now. So there you go, by putting that in, that's basically just turn that into a 90-degree impact driver. So I'm looking forward to see how this goes. But right now, I'll show you how the little saw works on it. So with these head attachments, they can actually go on pretty much 90 degrees, 360 the whole way around this drill. So I can take that off now. You see that was on there? I can just basically turn it up 90 degrees, clip, pops in that way. And that can basically do that 360 degrees at a 90-degree angle all the way around. So it could come in handy for getting into tight spaces. The other thing that we've got is on these batteries, pretty much which most new batteries come with now, is you press a button at the back there and it gives you an indicator on whether the battery is depleted or whether it's fully charged. So this one's starting at a little bit low. I'll charge it up. Okay, so where a multi-tool like this comes in handy is for something like this. I've actually cut out a section in the floor to make a trapdoor, but you can't get right into the corners with a circular saw because of the angle of the blade, and you can't get right into the corners here with a saw because of how close it is to the skirting board. So I'll show you how this works in regards to making these corner cuts and just finishing it off. Okay, so you can see here, when I'm doing the cut along this edge here, the saw will come along until it actually hits the skirting, and then that's as far as the cut will go. So what that's left me is a saw cut only to here. So this is where the multi-tool comes in perfect, because I can put the other blade on and then get in nice and close and just finish those corners off, and then it should just cut out. So what I'm going to do now is just change this blade over to this other type of blade just to finish off this longer cut down here. Okay, so now that I've got that changed over, I can use this basically just to finish this last section of the cut off. Not good when you hit a nail, but anyway, it does the trick nevertheless. And now that I've got that all the way into the corner with this blade, I'll change it back over to the square blade, and I'll get right into the corner to finish those off, and then they should just pop out. Okay, so these boards aren't coming out. They're glued and they're nailed down quite hard. Because this is a newer floor, 10 to 15 years old, they actually glue over the top of the joists, whereas the old floorboards, they normally just used to nail them down. So, they're all coming up, they'll all probably split, so I'll just basically make a new trapdoor out of some new black butt flooring. So, whip it up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is test out this impact driver head. I'm going to put some 100mm screws in through the sides of these timbers around this access hole. So it's just a simple matter of taking this head, popping it off, putting on the impact driver head, and then we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's test it out. Alright, so the torque's struggling a little bit, I'll be honest, to get in through this timber. I've got treated pine and it's going into another pine joist. Hasn't quite driven it all the way in, so I'll check the batteries and make sure it's all okay. But I think at the 90-degree angle it probably loses a little bit of torque. So probably perfect just for cabinetry and stuff like that. As far as structural work goes, I think it might struggle a little bit. I'll try it with a smaller screw or a different gauge and see if that works better. But look, impressed in how it works, we're probably just lacking a little bit of power. Okay, so that one worked better. That one actually went all the way in. Maybe this one was hitting a knot. I'll keep going and we'll test it right out. Okay, surprisingly that actually went pretty well. I managed to drive these 8-gauge 100mm screws in through all sections of this timber, and yeah, it got them in. I think it struggled a little bit. I think you're going to get reduced torque because of the 90-degree angle, but look, it got the screws in and did the job, so impressed so far. Alright, so there you go guys, you got to see the tool in action. I mainly purchased this just for the multi-tool so that I could get in and cut some tight little spaces. But not only that, having the function where I can attach some of these other heads to it, like this impact driver, was really good. So I was actually quite impressed. Yeah, look, at 90 degrees you probably lose a little bit of torque, but that actually performed better than what I was expecting. So that's going to come in handy to have in the toolkit, just for getting into tight spaces and, you know, kitchen cabinets and things like that where you might not be able to fit a standard sort of impact driver. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, very impressed. I mean, as far as the tool goes, I think they just sell exclusively to Bunnings. but it's up there in comparison with probably some of the Makita gear. It's obviously a step up from some of the DIY stuff in, you know, some of the Ryobi range or Zito, but you pay a little bit extra for it, but still pretty good value. I think this was only about $280 odd, and then these attachments are, you know, $70 or $80 each. So now looking forward to actually trying out probably the Reciproco saw. Buy that little attachment next and try that and a couple of jobs as well. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, like or subscribe, give it a thumbs up. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.